In the movie The Matrix, Neo and Morpheus are having a discussion about the Matrix and the real world. And Morpheus basically gives Neo a choice to take a blue pill or the red pill. And basically, Neo decides to consume the red pill. And the red pill is to find out what truth is, what reality is. And this one decision is impacting his entire life. And what we don't realize in that movie is Neo actually has three choices. Morpheus asks Neo if he wants to take the blue pill or the red pill. But what we forget is that what if he takes no pill at all? The third decision that Neo could have made was to take no pill at all. Now, Neo made a huge decision in his life on someone that he just met just because he positioned himself as an authority and he told Neo what his choices were. So in our lives, we have people like governments, we have people who are authoritarian, and we have belief systems, belief structures that control us, that control our minds. Our external world influences how we make our decisions, what we do, what we're sold, what we're not sold, and we tend not to take the power back and think for ourselves. Over here, we got a really powerful book, and it's called Think and Grow Rich. All right? Think and Grow Rich. Now, this book doesn't show you how to get rich. It doesn't show you how to make money. It's basically teaching you how to think, how to control your mind. Thinking is what leads to what you want, the way you think. But what controls your thinking? Beliefs control your thinking. Emotions control your thinking. Values control your thinking. But the core thing that controls your thinking is your identity, the way in which you perceive yourself. Everything that you have learned up until now is controlling your entire reality. So chances are you clicked on this video because you want to brainwash yourself and you understand that the more you can take control of your mind, the more you can direct it to positive outcomes and the things that you want to create in your life. So what really creates reality? What really creates our reality is our identity, our personality, the way in which we function automatically. We can't help but be ourselves. We are a function of our old habits, our behaviors, our thoughts and emotions, and we wake up every day as the same person as yesterday. And that's why I teach people in my Mindset for Bosses program to basically use a very, very powerful process to begin changing yourself as soon as you wake up. Hey boss, my name's Gavin and I help people change their brains so they can grow their income and their impact. And I've been lucky enough to help people go on to make 6 and 7 figure incomes in their businesses by changing their brain, helping them overcome procrastination, resistance, helping them find that motivation and drive to break through, get their products done, move up the career ladder, and run a very successful business. And if you're someone that wants to become my next success story, then click the link in the description to get my free training on how to change your brain so you can grow your income and your impact. Everything that you're experiencing right now, hearing my voice, looking at me, the way you're perceiving me, is all decided by your subconscious mind. And so reality in general is the subconscious mind. The way in which you see the world is a reflection of who you are. Your perspectives, which basically means your values, your belief systems, your thoughts and your emotions, your attitudes and your behaviors are a function of your subconscious mind. And so in other words, the subconscious mind is the core of your entire reality. And so when you change who you are on the inside to reflect what you want on the outside, you'll begin to see everything change for yourself. Your mind has a system that is designed to protect you from danger, designed to protect you from fear, designed to stop you from approaching that person when you want to speak to them, designed to not go after that business because you might fail. It doesn't happen consciously. Remember, this is happening subconsciously. Your mind calculates what could potentially go wrong in any given situation. And so when you're trying to move up the career ladder, when you're trying to build the business, when you're trying to get those projects done, when you're trying to accelerate through your life and make it happen, your mind's like, well, this could happen, this could go wrong, that could go wrong, this could go wrong. And then you feel resistance, you feel procrastination, you find yourself procrastinating, you find yourself having resistance, you find yourself avoiding and not really doing that thing that you want to do. Your mind will control your biology through your sympathetic nervous system to do things that are easier, being addicted to social media, doing things that are easier to do, not really doing the things that actually matter, because you are being governed by this worst case scenario personality. I call it a personality, an identity. All right. So you have one part of your personality that says, hey, this is the worst case scenario from making 6 figures a year. This is the worst thing that can happen. So it's carrying this energy, it's carrying this substantial attitude, behavior that's stopping you from following what it is that you want, which is the other side of the personality, which is, hey, you know what? I want to make 6 figures a year. I want to travel all over the world. I want to have freedom. I want to be successful. I want to do all this stuff. All right. So now you got one personality that says, I want to move forward, make stuff happen. And then you got another personality that says, worst case scenario, this bad thing can happen. So you got a best case scenario, worst case scenario. And you've seen it in the cartoons, right? Good conscious, bad conscious, right? That's what happens. So now there's a tug of war between the two. What does a tug of war look like? It looks like procrastination. It looks like resistance. It looks like internal conflict, that internal dialogue that says you can't do something. You want it, but you can't do it. And so there's a battle going on. There's a war going on in the brain, in your biology. And that's why you can't move forward. That's why you struggle to take action. That's why you can't get to that next level. That's why you're in a plateau. That's why we struggle to break through. And so what we want to begin doing is dismissing this side, the bad conscious, the worst case scenario. You want to question the worst case scenario. You want to ask yourself, hey, what's the worst thing that can happen? And is this actually something that I need to focus on? Right? So you ask yourself, okay, I want to make 6 figures a year. What's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is I try and I fail and I lose all my money and have to move back in with my parents, right? That's the worst case scenario. And you want to ask yourself, is it really that bad, right? Is it really that bad that I would have to do that? I pursued something and I failed at it. What is the feeling behind that? Usually it's guilt or shame or you're embarrassed or whatever it is. There's some big feeling, worst case scenario, that you don't want to feel. It's not necessarily the outcome and what happens to you externally, it's how you feel about that particular outcome. Embarrassment, shame, guilt. These are very low emotions, very low vibrational emotions that are really detrimental to our progress. And so basically, your subconscious mind is carrying that. If your mind can imagine this worst case scenario, hasn't even happened yet, you're using your imagination, fear, false evidence appearing real, you're using your imagination, or your subconscious mind is using your imagination to see what can potentially go wrong to protect you from that embarrassment, from that shame, from that guilt, or whatever emotion it is. And so you want to question that particular emotion and begin questioning more and more, because when you question an identity, you begin to dismantle that identity. And as you begin to release the emotions around that more and more, you get to create a monopoly on the positive side. In other words, the best case scenario, meaning more of the positive emotions, feelings, thoughts, beliefs, and perspectives are governing your behavior, governing, your results in life and stuff like that. And so there's nothing pulling you back. You're not chained to your old emotions. You're not chained to the worst case scenario. You're only focused on the best case scenario, and it's governing your entire brain, which basically means you can focus on what it is that you want. So you know how things have been for you in the past, where you want to do something, but you find yourself procrastinating, you have resistance, you're not pulling through, you don't feel motivated all the time, you're trying to be positive, but then you have all these negative thoughts about what you want. There's inner conflict. You find yourself going out with friends and doing other things rather than following what it is that you want to follow. You make excuses that you don't have enough time, you don't have enough energy, And you know that if you embody a new mindset, if you brainwash yourself to think in a different way, you see the speakers like a Tony Robbins or a Dr. Joe Dispenza or a David Goggins or a Bob Proctor, Abraham Hicks or Sadhguru, whoever it is, you see that they have a specific mindset. Their mind is functioning in a particular way in order for them to create what it is that they want. And so going back to the movie The Matrix, Neo, as he escapes the Matrix, there's like a plug in the back of his head, right? And when you can basically you can connect to the system and download any information into his subconscious mind. And so he learned karate and martial arts in basically minutes. Now, what if I told you there was a similar ability with basically reprogramming your subconscious mind? There's a similar way that you can actually do that. You can install new behaviors, ways of being, attitudes, get rid of the old self and create the new self. What if I told you could download the mindsets of a successful person? What if I told you could download the habits of a successful person and you don't need to use repetition? I feel a lot of people struggle with doing repetition. Oh, I have to do this thing over and over and over again monotonously. And then it just doesn't stick. You do it and it doesn't stick. And you're watching all these videos and you're trying to figure out why it doesn't stick for you. The reason it doesn't stick is because you've got this bad conscious worst case scenario conflicting with the new habit that you're trying to create for yourself. So you're trying to create a new habit, but the old self is stopping you from creating that habit. So we need to begin dismissing this side of ourselves. So when those thoughts come up, like I can't do it, I struggle to be consistent, I'm procrastinating, you need to dismiss that and no longer associate with that identity and only focus on the identity that you want to create. But what if I told you didn't have to go through the process of creating habits and you could just install it into your subconscious mind and basically become a new habit, a new behavior instantaneously? Well, that's what my Mindset for Bosses program teaches you how to do. And right now we are open the spots for beta testers of this program. And if you would like to become one of our beta testers, then click the link in the description and go on over to whatsappgavin.com and send us a message saying beta to find out how you can enroll in our beta program. Now, in order to qualify as a beta of the Mindset for Bosses program, number one, you need to be able to be serious about the program, follow it all the way through, and take massive action on it, all right? So if you're not committed to changing your life, then this is not for you. Number two, you must be working a 9-to-5 job. You must have some sort of career, all right, or your own business, okay? So you must be working and have an income stream. Number three, you must be willing to provide a video testimonial as a beta user of the program. Number four, you must be okay with having that video be placed on my YouTube channel. So if that sounds like you and you sound like a fit and you got a resistance, procrastination, you want to break through, you want to dominate 2021, then go ahead and message us on WhatsApp at whatsappgavin.com saying beta, and then we'll take you through the process on how you can become a beta user of the Mindset for Bosses program. Check this video on how to reprogram your brain through affirmations. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.